Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, notify bell next to it, in case you are not subscribed to Going In Raw and you want to get all the luscious Going In Raw notifications. Our Money in the Bank predictions went live this morning, so you can find out who thinks is going to win Money in the Bank. So, yeah. Anyways, we're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/
That we are.
Steve and Larson, we have a bunch of reward tiers there. It's a great way to support Going In Raw.
Yes.
And let's see here. New patrons. Let's see here. When did this one come in? Nathan Reynolds, Michael Fitzgerald, and Carlos Villalba. I want to say thanks for the support.
Thank you.
I know we have like a new YouTube channel member, but that disappeared off the thing. So thank you very much.
That's a holdover usually.
Yeah, but this is a new stream.
Usually, but we pop onto streams and there's like people that have joined like overnight.
But then because we did the bot stream,
yeah,
that erased it. That got rid of it because it was sitting there waiting for us.
Lame.
I don't know who it was, but thanks for the support.
Thank you. If you are in chat right now, please announce yourself so we can give you the credit you deserve.
And if you're a channel member, sorry, like Ric Flair has apparently been rushed to the hospital.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
what we know about that,
which is not much.
If you're a channel member, you have access to all the bonus episodes that we give to the $5 and up a month patrons at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. So that's cool. You get 5 bonus episodes every single week where we have a variety of discussions inside and outside the world of wrestling. So, breaking news. Ric Flair, according to TMZ Sports.
Yeah, hospitalized after a very serious medical emergency. I do that because in the headline here, that's in quotes, very serious. Ric Flair is from TMZ Sports. Ric Flair was rushed to a hospital Thursday morning after suffering a medical emergency. TMZ Sports has learned. Flair was in Atlanta when something went wrong. 7-year-old legend was initially taken to the emergency room to be treated. The specifics are unclear at this point. We're told the situation is, quote, very serious.
So far, no word back from Ric Flair's camp on the comment.
Yeah, and then just kind of recapping his health struggles in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago, 2017.
Yeah, he was in a coma.
It says
coma.
He was coming for 11 days after his intestine ruptured. He was in critical condition on the verge of dying. I remember it was serious back then.
Super bad. So, we're pulling for the Nature Boy. Hopefully he can fight his way out of this like he did the last time.
He's done it before. I'm sure he'll do it again. He's got that roast at StarCast coming up.
Mm-hmm.
He can't miss that. Mm-mm. Woo! Big woo for the Nature Boy.
Yep.
Hopefully he's doing okay.
Yes.
So, anyways, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Actually, let's do some announcements. Speaking of StarCast,
we're going
to be there live for a studio audience. It's more of a conference hall audience.
Nonetheless.
A live audience.
We'll just call it a studio audience because it sounds better.
It does. Happy Days is filmed in front of a
live studio audience.
The Cosby Show is filmed in front of a
live studio audience.
Cheers is brought to you before a
live studio audience.
Going In Raw will be brought to you before a
modestly intended studio audience.
May 26th. It's Sunday. It's a week from this Sunday. We'll be in Las Vegas at the Tuscany Suites and Casino, Friendo Fest 2019. Mm-hmm. It's just a live podcast with us. We're going to be talking about Double or Nothing and chatting it up with some friendos. Might have a special guest or two. So that's fun.
Yes.
So anyways, let's talk about NXT, NXT UK, and
205 Live.
205 Live.
Thought NXT was a really solid show, except for the finish. There should have been a winner of that tag team title match. By winner, I mean Street Profits. They should have won those tag titles right then and there.
NXT doesn't commit many creative blunders. Usually they're pretty on point with their stuff. This was a massive...
This was a gross creative blunder. I remember when I read the spoilers for this, and I read that, I was like, wow, they really dropped the ball there. That building would have exploded had Street Profits won those titles. And here's the thing. It's like, that's the norm. You're getting moved up to the main roster, guess what? You go out on your back. That's typically how NXT does things. Asuka was a special case because she went like 3 years undefeated. That makes sense. She was also injured when it was time for her to move up.
With all this word of Triple H being frustrated about Vince McMahon, we'll talk about it on tomorrow's news show.
Yeah.
With all I wonder if Asuka was the case where he was like, I am literally going to do everything I can to foolproof her main roster debut. And it still fell upon deaf ears.
Still got it wrong.
They still got it wrong.
Still got it wrong.
I kind of wondered if that's the case. When he's like, okay, there's no way.
There's no way they can mess this one up.
Like, this is clear as day. She comes in and dominates. People are terrified of her coming in.
Her arrival's announced. Oh, I want to wrestle her.
Oh, I want to wrestle her.
I want to wrestle her, too.
We should fight to determine who gets to wrestle Asuka first.
And then she spends like 75% of her first match selling.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really, I thought about that more because I talk about how I don't like squash matches, but you could dominate a match without having it be a squash match. I think that was really the issue with Asuka's debut match against Emma is she spent most of the match selling.
Yeah.
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 No. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways. So in this case, yeah, I kind of feel, I don't know. And I don't know what the reason behind this would be. There was two things that
they want a takeover match. They want a very specific takeover match, which we find, again, I'm not getting to spoiler territory, but there's a takeover match they want. Oh. Which still could have happened with Street Profits as champions.
Yeah.
I guess the idea, because at the end of this, you have Forgotten Sons, you have Lorcan and Birch come out. They all think they have a claim to be in contention for tag titles. If the top of the show, Street Profits come out, as was done to great effect, saying, hey, we didn't beat you last time. We were this close to doing it. We could beat you. And then they come out and then do it. And then, in this episode, we had Forgotten Sons wanting to talk to Regal about getting a tag title shot. Just the next episode have Forgotten Sons, Lorcan and Birch, whomever else, come out and say, like, they just asked and got the opportunity. What about us?
Yeah.
Like they had just lost to War Raiders.
Yeah.
And they get another opportunity. We haven't lost to War Raiders. Where's our opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
And they still could have done it. Just the opportunity to create a couple of massive stars with just one match.
Because the Full Sail crowd always explodes,
and it's like
because they don't get title changes.
Even in losses, Street Profits through the months have been building up a ton of momentum. Mm-hmm. They were already popular.
Yeah,
and the degree to which they've improved both in ring and on the mic over the last 6 months. If they had won that match, holy cow!
I had one. I know.
Holy cow!
I know it would have exploded. Here's my. I had a big gripe with that. My other big gripe was kind of how the Street Profits evidently weren't. I don't know. I still think that they need to inject. So I was totally fine with their promo when they came out and they ran down War Raiders saying, you can't beat me. I thought that it was very good.
Great.
And when Angelo Dawkins said, if that is your real name, I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
Sort of sent them over the edge. What I really didn't like, and God, I hope they get away from it, is when Montez gets cartoonish with his reactions for something that should be serious. And I'm speaking specifically, it was after the match had been thrown out. And
he screams?
Ray, yeah.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
It's not authentic. It does nothing. It's not genuine in the least.
Oh, it's
and it might have its place in some matches, but I think it was after the match was thrown out that it happened.
Yeah, it was.
But if you expect me to take you seriously as an actual threat, there's a time and place for the dancing and the joking around. You can totally do that. But in the match, if you're legitimately scared that a guy is grabbing your head and he's going to do something to you, and you go like a Wilhelm scream,
that's great.
And it doesn't. That's why I don't see them as serious champions. I don't see them as serious. You take that seriously?
No, I'm not. That's not a degree of which I take it seriously. Not. I just think it's funny.
You think they're okay? Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't even think it's that funny. It's easy. It's lazy. It's the easiest, laziest humor there is. It might have been funny if he farted.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That could have. It's on par with that.
Yeah, fart jokes are kind of the laziest jokes, but sometimes they're the funniest.
Yeah, I don't know.
I find them entertaining, and they can be entertaining while they're doing their goofy stuff, but also they can turn it around and be serious.
I know. I wish they would, because I've seen it in small doses.
They can.
Like last week they did, and this week they didn't. And I'm like, you're fighting for the titles, and like I'm supposed to take you seriously, and you're doing this cartoonish stuff. I don't know. I don't get it.
No, they're the best. They're awesome.
Okay.
Fish could all eat.
NXT UK was damn good. Really good. We had Jazzy Gabert show up. That was rad. What'd you think of that Walter video package?
The one with just him talking?
Yeah.
I actually liked it because it didn't seem like he was reading from a script.
I know. I don't think he was.
No.
I really like that Pete Dunne, yeah.
He seems like a pretty down-to-earth dude.
Yeah, he does. I was like, I think I was on the treadmill when I was watching this. I was like, who's talking right now? And I look, and it's Walter. And he's just dude Walter.
Yeah, man.
He's like normal dude Walter. I thought it was great.
So he's like, I think it'll be very good. I think it's very good that he's training because I want Pete Dunne at his very good best. Everything was very good.
Yeah, it's very good best.
Very good best. But he wasn't putting on any airs. He wasn't trying to act a character. He was just Walter.
Makes it more menacing.
I know.
That this, like, because it's
just
totally different from what you get in the ring.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
I feel like it's what they want to do. What they want to do with Lars and NXT. I mean, obviously he was trying to be a lot more verbose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, using a bunch of like longer words.
Yeah.
But then with that, it still really felt like it was to a degree scripted.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel natural, and everything that Walter said just felt like he was like, "All right, Walter, let's talk like 3 minutes about Pete Dunne and then your match and whatnot, and then, we'll make something out of it." All right, fine.
It's how every promo should be.
Exactly.
It really is. It felt like more like a New Japan press conference. We also got the debut of Ilya Dragunov. Which I don't know. Maybe there's just too much hype behind the guy, but I kind of don't get it.
Well, there's two things to it. I think is I came in cold, not knowing a whole lot about him.
Yeah,
I didn't know his whole presentation was so theatrical. There's anything wrong with it by his stretch. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah,
and then I'm not that familiar with his in-ring work, but what we saw last night showed a very limited arsenal. It was basically clotheslines and European uppercuts.
Yeah.
So again, a situation where I feel like a squash match isn't necessarily the best showcase for the full breadth of somebody's skills, because this is a pretty hype debut. And I've heard a lot of really good things about him. And after watching this, I'm like, all right, well, I want to see more.
I love his theme music, though.
Oh, it's great. His video package is great.
It's awesome, huh?
With the eye and all that stuff. It's like a scene from Vertigo.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good.
And like I like his contacts. His intensity is good. Like his theatrical nature is like a movie villain.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to like about it. I just don't see how it all connects yet.
Yeah.
Especially to how he works a match in the ring.
Yeah, I know. I expected something different, and I don't know what.
Yeah,
I don't know what I expected, but I was like, okay, what's going to happen here? And then he just seemed kind of slow. And then 205 had a good match. I'm not like huge on Ligero, but he had a good match with Tony Nese.
Yeah, it was good.
Ligero moves like he's carrying an extra 50 invisible pounds.
I feel like Ligero is one of those guys that can put on a good match with just about anybody.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like it's always going to be a good match. And that's not a slight.
No.
Because he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
But he's a good wrestler.
He's a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think he's a spectacular wrestler.
No, and I feel like there's not a whole lot of connection.
He carries himself like a spectacular wrestler.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's even, like Rey Mysterio, even with the mask, can forge a pretty good connection with the crowd.
Oh, this just looks like he's wearing, like, yeah.
And I feel like there's no connection with the crowd with Ligero. Like, I can't connect with him as a performer.
You ain't connecting with us. How you doing? Well, hello, my name's Ligero. I'm a luchador.
I'm from Leeds.
I'm from Leeds.
And that's kind of like his gimmick. He's a luchador from Leeds, Kind of want a little bit more to chew on.
Let's hop into this, man. NXT, right. Mauro and Nigel opened up saying goodbye to Percy.
Other opportunities outside of WWE.
I don't know what he's going to do, Mauro. He'll be back. He didn't say that.
He didn't say that. But then they introduced Beth Phoenix as the third member of the crew.
I thought
and that's
she was
great.
delightful.
She's fantastic.
I thought she
she's
was
fantastic.
Really good, yeah.
I really appreciate it when they have.
I feel like in our first episode, they're bringing in a female commentator. So the natural thought kind of goes to number one. I thought she brought more to the table instantly than Percy did. And in her first episode, I think she's better than Renee Young.
Here's the thing: is that I appreciate when they bring former wrestlers. I guess she still wrestles a little bit, because they know from a technical standpoint, how to comment on and heighten the story being told in the ring. That's what Nigel adds. Is that he knows, like, literally, like, oh, he's doing this move. This is going to affect this particular muscle, this particular joint, this particular ligament. Beth, already, she's kind of like, on this first episode, the face version of Nigel, bringing that aspect to the storytelling of what's going on in the ring. And I know Percy did some wrestling. I don't know if he had the experience that Beth obviously had, or Nigel.
I don't think he did.
And obviously Renee Young's not a wrestler.
Yeah.
So that's a perspective that she may still be learning.
Yeah.
And I think that really adds a lot.
That's a good point.
But then again, on the main roster, and especially on Raw and SmackDown, they don't really care about enhancing the story being told in the ring.
Yeah.
That's not a priority.
They'd rather have the commentators telling their own story with each other. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the War Raiders come out and they said they
invaded Raw, but we're not done invading Raw. But we got these NXT Tag Team titles like they're an albatross, a weight on their shoulder they need to rid themselves of before they could really bring the raid to Raw.
What's going to be their legacy in NXT? Is there one? They were a huge tag team. They never really had a definitive feud against the only tag team there that makes that matters, and that's Redragon. They never really had that like big feud.
Big prolonged,
like Revival, AOP, and DIY.
Totally, yeah, no.
That was a huge main event level.
It would be interesting to see if they hadn't gotten the sudden call up, because I'm guessing Vince just happened to watch their match against Aleister Black and Ricochet at TakeOver, or parts of it.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys are really good. I want them on my show.
Now I can tweet out that I watched TakeOver.
Yeah, that was the first TakeOver he ever publicly commented on, wasn't it?
Probably. Because I think it was when there was like just a wave of people saying, "Are you watching this, Vince?
Ever, yeah.
Vince, you're crap. Are you watching this? Yeah, I'm watching it. Well, then learn."
I know. Oh, I'll learn. I want these guys on my roster, and I'll change their name to something ridiculous.
Oh, look at them. I do like that Moro kayfabe the name. He was like, they've fully embraced the Viking lifestyle, so they've renamed themselves. You know what? At least, yes, you can shake your head, and it's silly. At least they tried to explain it.
See, I didn't mind Moro doing it. It's before he did that, the ring announcer says, Eric, Ivar, the Viking Raiders, when for the past year they've been Hanson and Rowe, the War Raiders, in that Full Sail venue.
Well,
if they just said the Viking Raiders, don't mention their individual names, fine.
Yeah.
But it's an insult to that Full Sail crowd to say, oh, here's Ivar and Eric now.
Yeah. And Triple H is trying, man. He's trying. He is. Boy.
Anyways, they invite Regal down. Oh, as far as the legacy, I don't know. I mean, it
felt like they weren't there that long.
They weren't.
Yeah.
And half the time they were there, they didn't wrestle a whole lot.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. I think Hanson might have been hurt for a little bit.
They had that good War Games match.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, they invite Regal down to the ring. He comes down, and they say they want to relinquish the tag titles because no one in NXT can beat him. But wait. Montez Ford comes to the ramp with Angelo Dawkins doing this.
Getting the wax out so they can, their ears are ringing. Yeah.
He was going out for a while. Did I hear you right? You're saying no one can beat you. Last time, may have lost the match, but we were this close to pick up the win. We know we can beat you now.
Mm-hmm.
And so they come down. You mentioned the bit where Angelo Dawkins, in reference to Viking Raiders, if that is your real name.
Yeah, that was a good bit. The crowd went, dang.
The whole Montez Ford's promo bit was great. It was all great.
Yeah, it was good.
It was all great.
It was good stuff.
But that bit about is that your real name really sent War Raiders over the edge.
Yeah. That's the sore spot. It's not, I can beat you. It's Vince changed your name to stupid.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, damn it. Okay, you've gone too far.
You've gone too far. You've crossed the line.
Just wait until you guys get to main roster.
Yeah, I know. Oh, gosh. So then Rowe tells Regal to make the match. Regal obliges. It'd be our main event for the evening.
Yeah.
Next, we had this great Undisputed Era where Kathy Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
This got grim really fast.
I should have mentioned this at the jump. We have serial killer Roderick Strong. That was amazing.
That was some messed up stuff. So they're talking. Kathy Kelly's asking Adam Cole about Roddy, who the leader of Undisputed Era is, and Adam Cole says that there's no question. Leader is Adam Cole.
Yeah, of course.
And then Roderick Strong comes up.
Well, wait, man, you're missing the best bit. He apparently had mauled Matt Riddle so hardcore that during the interview,
people are running behind. Yeah,
people are running towards the scene of the crime behind the interview,
kind of half
and then
distracting.
you see sweaty Roderick Strong.
But he's just ambling.
They really should have added some blood spray to him. He comes ambling up, and he's like, "You know what, man? I was thinking about it. You're totally right. We're better when we're on the same page. I took care of the Matt Riddle problem for you."
And so he hands Adam Cole a flip-flop.
A bloody flip-flop.
Well, at first you just see flip-flops. Oh, it's Matt Riddle, and he turns like, oh, shit, there's blood in there.
Armband, and he gives it to Roderick Strong, and they all leave in unison. The only thing I kind of wish for this is if that had thoroughly freaked out the Undisputed Era. Like, what if we opened up
They
here?
see the blood on the shoe and drop it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Roddy, you've gone too far this time.
And he's like, what? Come on, guys, let's go. And they're like, oh, God. What have we created?
He unlocked serial killer Roderick Strong here.
Murder Roderick Strong. Oh, I thought that was amazing.
That was fantastic.
And they position the thing. There's fresh blood.
That's great.
Oh,
so
God.
Good. So good.
Yeah. I cut off his foot. I hit it.
Yeah. I hit it. I might take a bite out of it first.
Might have eaten some brains.
Next, they had Cesar Bononi taking on Keith Lee.
I might have cooked it a little.
What is that from?
American Psycho.
Oh, that's right. Remember that part?
I killed a lot of people.
Hannibal, where Ray Liotta's sitting there.
That's such an over-the-top disturbing scene.
I know, and Anthony Hopkins is in there, and Ray Liotta says, "That smells magnificent."
So gross.
He's cooking his brain.
It was a really disturbing scene.
It's a really messed up scene.
It's a crap movie, but it's a really disturbing.
Yeah, that scene's actually really well done.
It really is. Yeah.
Anyway, Cesar Bononi versus Keith Lee is next. Bononi tries to put up some fight, but it's Keith Lee, man. Bask in his glory.
Do you think people ever stopped during this filming that scene and was like, "This is too much"? Was that Ridley Scott?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because imagine they're just sitting there.
It's the only memorable part of that entire movie.
It is. No, it totally is.
So in that sense, he did something right.
It is. It's just they're sitting there. Ray Liotta has a cap on with the brains and stuff.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see some outtakes from that.
It's the thing is though, it's played for it's darkly humorous too.
It is,
the surreal nature of it, of Ray Liotta sitting there with his brain exposed, saying, "Oh man, that meal you're cooking smells great," and that's his own head.
Yeah,
that's in that frying pan, whatever it is.
That's messed up.
It's messed up, but it's kind of the way it's staged and everything. It's that's kind of surreal.
Because it was a very still scene too.
It's presented very matter of fact.
Yeah. Well,
anyways, Keith Lee won with a spear bomb. He's fantastic. Bask in his glory. He is limitless. When they can give this guy a push.
I think, this is kind of it. This is road to push.
Are they going to do this thing where he's going to face everybody else that's the similar body type to Dijak until Dijak comes back?
I hope not.
Because they made a point of mentioning during this match, I think Morrow said you got Bononi, who's a similar body type as Dijak. Tall, lanky, still muscular.
Yeah, maybe.
Are they just kind of going to have placeholder matches for Keith Lee until Dijak comes back? Because they really want that match.
But here's the thing, though. Dijak was already scheduled to do Velveteen Dream.
Well, I don't think he was ever scheduled. He just made a push that he wanted the North American title.
Well, Velveteen Dream came out. Usually when a guy comes out and talks crap, he had a whole rewritten Pledge of Allegiance.
I know. That seemed to be the plan, but
that was
maybe
the thing. They had, for whatever reason, had dropped the Keith Lee thing and then picked up the Velveteen Dream.
I don't know, man.
So I don't know. I don't think that they're gonna go back to Keith Lee versus. I know they mentioned him though. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Because they also mentioned, that Dijak had meniscus surgery. So I don't know. Next, Kathy Kelly is walking towards Regal's office. She announces that Io Shirai versus Shayna Baszler is going to happen at TakeOver.
She had a tough episode, Kathy Kelly.
She did.
She was getting bullied left and right.
Oh, Bianca Belair was just leading her all over the place later on. And then the Forgotten Sons walk up. They want to talk to Regal about not getting a
grabbing her microphone
title opportunity. Yeah.
Stop being grabby, people.
Yeah, stop being rude to Kathy Kelly.
Her microphone is an extension of herself. She's doing her job. Stop doing that. Stop grabbing it.
Yes, all that, yes.
So, yeah, they all say stuff. They're going to go into Regal's office and talk to Regal. So he says because they don't want to be forgotten. Mm-hmm. Anyways, let's see here. After that, we had Kushida putting him up against stiff competition, Kona Reeves. And he had zero problem dispatching of Kona Reeves, even though he was literally staring at Drew Gulak, who had come to the stage at the beginning of the match. He shows up and just starts staring at the match. He's observing it from the stage.
Yes.
Kushida literally just keeps on staring at him while he's taking care of Kona Reeves.
Yep.
That's how far down the finest has fallen.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he never really was put in a position to be put in the upper echelon of anything.
No.
He's got pants now,
but he got a video package. How old is that? How old is that video package now?
Probably like 8 months.
That's going back further than a year.
You mean the hype package?
Well, whatever plays during his Tron, all the nice shots of him.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
That goes back a ways.
Maybe. It just seems like it hasn't been that long. He's got pants now, though.
Yeah, he's got pants now. That helps him a little bit.
Pants.
I prefer pants over trunks.
It does seem like it'd be uncomfortable wrestling trunks.
Unless you're Tyler Bate and you have you want to show.
Oh, you have tree trunks legs. Yeah, I know.
He looks like
your,
regular pants don't fit him.
Jackson Riker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If I had thighs that were 36 inches around, I'd probably just wear Speedo all the time.
Yeah, probably.
Look at my glorious quads here.
Heck yeah, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but if I had,
not right now. It's cold in here.
Yeah, it's freezing in here.
That would suck.
Anyways, trunks seem uncomfortable. I would be worried about a butt cheek or something falling out.
Can't wait to see Drew Gulak versus Kushida, though.
Yeah, it's going to be top notch.
Or Drew Gulak versus Kona Reeves. I don't know. Maybe he was staring down Kona Reeves.
Could be. That's a possibility that no one is really considering at this point. That really, Drew Gulak wants to be... He not only wants to make a finer 205 Live, but he wants to be the finest 205 Live, yes. Yeah, Kushida won with a hoverboard lock. It wasn't much of a match.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Gulag versus Kushida.
Yeah.
I've done read the spoilers.
Yeah.
After that, Bianca Belair is leading Kathy Kelly around backstage. She wants it documented on videotape, what's about to happen. But then she's going to Regal's office.
Yeah.
Mia Yim comes out of Regal's office. She had scooped her and said, and she was like, "Oh, I see you trying to steal my title opportunity." And Mia Yim said, "I didn't steal." Oh, she said, "But I already took care of you, so I should be next." And Mia Yim says, "I don't want a title opportunity right now. I asked Regal for a rematch with you because you took a shortcut last time." And then she walked away, and Bianca Belair was like, "Ugh, whatever." And she's like, "Come on, Kathy, let's go."
Yeah. Next, we see in the trainer's room, Matt Riddle's being tended to. He's got that rib tape.
That's right.
Gargano's back there for some reason. He walks away. He does an interview, and he says he wants Adam Cole at TakeOver. So that's what's happening. He gets Adam Cole at TakeOver.
Unfortunately for Gargano, Roderick Strong is going to take his foot and eat it a little bit.
Yeah, nibble on it a little bit. Maybe take a toe or two.
Exactly. Adam Cole comes in, and he's like slicing up his brain. It smells great, Roderick.
That smells fantastic. That smells amazing. I think that was the line. Next, Vanessa Bourne taking on Jessie.
Oh, the TV non-Mae Young Classic debut of Jessie.
Yeah.
They ditched her. I'd sort of paid attention to her on the Florida House Loop. She was doing the sort of nerd gimmick, and they sort of ditched all that. Now she's just sort of nice person, apparently. So that's cool.
Vanessa Bourne picked up the win with their finish, which looks cool.
Yeah, it's a cool move.
I feel like a move that needs to be practiced a lot before the match, because if the timing's not right, it could look really clumsy.
Yeah, that's possible. That could be. And then we had the main event: Street Profits versus War Raiders.
This is kind of the inverse of what we saw last time, where it was War Raiders this time went right at Street Profits, pretty much right as the bell rang.
I wish they would have done the thing again with the camera and them jumping over it, even if it was War Raiders this time.
Oh,
That'd
I know.
be great.
That would have been great. So they hit a lot of offense early on, went for their finish now, Viking experience, the pop-up power slam. Angelo hits Hansen, with a spear. Montez Ford goes roll up, a kick out happens. Then Street Profits have the upper hand, culminating in a frog splash from Montez Ford. Hansen kicks out of that. A little more fighting happens, and then the Forgotten Sons come out. Hansen tries to fend them off. Forgotten Sons beat him down. Ref calls for the bell. Match is over. There's a huge brawl on the outside. Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch, they come out and join it. War Raiders eventually take out Forgotten Sons. And then Street Profits back in the ring, hit their finish on Ray Rowe. Angelo gets down there, counts the pinfall. They're the new tag team champions. Crowd goes crazy. Everybody's happy. No, the ref called for the bell. The match thrown out wasn't anything. Anyways.
But then the Street Profits also did get sort of a silly bit at the end where they pinned.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Okay. I thought you were just going into alternate reality there.
Well, it wasn't.
Because they called the bell first and then they got the pin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was kind of like the it's like, hey, we said we can't beat them.
On top of that, Angelo had a super fast 3 count.
Yeah, it was pretty fast.
So, and then they like ran out of there all goofy like.
Yeah. Anyways, the War Raiders lay out Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, and then Wesley Blake eats a pop-up power slam, and then the War Raiders lay down the tag titles in the ring, bow to the crowd.
Yeah.
They're saying goodbye.
Goodbye. Off to Raw. It's such a
where they haven't been seen in a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, it's an appropriately whimperish goodbye.
Yeah.
Out with a whimper because
Yeah.
you're going to Raw where your main roster run is going to be probably a big whimper. Until things change.
I was looking through the comments this morning.
Sure.
For our predictions video, and apparently I didn't notice this when we were doing it, and I just assumed it would be the case. The Daniel Bryan, Rowan versus Usos match isn't even a title match. What's the point of that match even happening if it's not for the titles? Neither of the tag titles are being defended on this pay-per-view.
Well, crap, that might change my prediction then.
Well, it's too late now.
It's too late now. We should have done our research. Yeah.
What's the point?
Good match.
Oh, it'll be great.
It's going to be a good match.
But there's no stakes involved.
No.
So what's the point?
Grudge match. I don't have an answer for you. Because the Usos aren't on Raw. I mean, are on SmackDown.
They're not on SmackDown.
So they can't vie for those tag team titles. Didn't you read the wild card rule, the actual rule, all the fine print of the rule?
I read the press release. I thought that was the extent of it. Gosh,
it is the extent. There is no actual fine print for the wild card rule.
No, there's basically any print for the wild card rule.
No. When are we going to get out of that mess, by the way? The main roster mess. I feel like it's going to get to a breaking point at some point, right? Doesn't that have to get to a breaking point, man?
You would think so.
Right?
If, one of their shows got canceled. Like, if the ratings were so garbage that the network's like, all right, we're paying, the $250 million for what? We're bleeding money here. Canceled.
No. Oh, man.
Who knows?
NXT UK kicked off with Piper Niven and Jamie Hayter.
This is a pretty quick match.
Yeah. She got in she has the best fun splash.
Absolute best fun splash in the business.
She hits it, rolls through. Then she got the win with the Michinoku driver over Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
We've seen her before.
I think so. The name sounds very familiar. Next, quick little Tony Storm press conference.
Boy, Nina Samuels is living rent-free in Tony Storm's head. She says, "You brought my family into it. Well, now I want the match more than you.
And not only do I want it more than you, I'm willing to put my title up to get it."
Boy, she is easily manipulated.
Yeah, man.
All Nina Samuels did was make a bunch of theatrical references and metaphors.
Yeah.
That's all she really did. And
then and that match, I think they said it's going to happen in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Next, Sid Scala.
Cassius Ohno's great. God,
this
he's so
was great.
This made me really want him to be like champion there for a while.
Oh, I know.
How awesome would that be? Talk about a heel.
Great.
American teaching the Brits about Brit wrestling.
So good.
Sid!
Psycho Sid. Sid Scala's doing an interview about...
Savvy Sid. And then he said, Savvy Sid.
Sid's doing an interview about the Walter Pete Dunne match, and from the background, Ono...
He walks into the building wearing his
2K19 hoodie and his wrestling, not his wrestling trunks, might be underneath with basketball shorts.
Yeah.
And he's like, Sid, Psycho Sid.
Savvy Sid.
And he's like, so I want to know why I found out I didn't have any of these qualifying matches. When you going to rectify all this?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm here. You want to show off the true British style of wrestling. No one does it better than me here.
Mm-hmm.
So I should be in this qualifying deal.
And Sid Scala says, all right, I'll go talk to Johnny Saint.
I'll go talk to Dad. Yeah. I mean, Johnny Saint.
Talk to Mr. Saint. He says, okay, I'll go talk to Mr. Saint. Oh, Johnny?
Yeah. Oh, Johnny? Yeah, you have that word with Johnny and get back to me.
And then he walks off and you hear him off camera. Sid!
It's good. It's so good.
Oh, he's so great. He was awesome. He was so great in the Tom McGee documentary.
I need to check that out.
Yeah.
I need to check that out. Did you actually watch the match?
I watched most of it.
All right.
Yeah, I think I did. I mean, the highlights that you've seen, because you've seen little bits, right?
Little bits.
Like yeah. Because, so during the actual documentary, which is like 20 minutes, and they show like the match was like 10, 12, something like that. During the document, they show like all the good bits. It really is just boiled down to the 3 moves that McGee can do good. And then his, he does some flippy stuff, and it's really cool. And Brett just sells the crap out of it. That's all it really is, But the crowd is hot for it. The crowd is hot for it.
Interesting. Next, Ligero versus Jordan Devlin, a qualifying match for this Fatal 4-Way number 1 contender business. They gave this match a ton of time. Jordan Devlin's pretty much the best.
Yeah, he is. Well, he's the ace.
He is the ace.
And it doesn't matter if you're a joker,
a king,
or a queen. He didn't say queen.
Yeah.
A joker or a king.
None of them beats the ace.
That's correct.
That's correct. That spot where he does that moonsault off the top and Ligero got his feet up, in real time, I thought Devlin took those feet straight to the mush, man.
I know. And, like, whenever these dudes, like, land so hard on it, I always think their ankles are just going to snap in half.
I know.
And then I love how he sells it, like, and tumbles out of the ring.
And basically falls on his head.
Yeah.
And in such dramatic fashion, the ref has to go check on him.
He's so good.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's so
and he
good.
won. He didn't use his finisher. He did that ripcord Saito suplex. Devlin inside is what they call it.
I almost kind of prefer, especially when it's like against a smaller opponent.
Yeah,
and this was like off the second rope.
Yeah, it was great.
It was a perfect transition.
What do you think of that name, the NXS reference?
Wait, what is it? What?
Devlin inside.
That's good. That's good.
It's good, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
The
good.
NXS reference is good. Anyways, he did an interview afterwards. He said all that stuff. He's like, why am I even in a qualifying match? I should be number 1 contender.
I agree with him.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's it makes sense.
After British Strong Style and Walter, Jordan Devlin is easily the best thing about NXT UK.
I'll be honest with you. I'll put him right after Trent Seven promos.
Mm-hmm.
That's for me. It's Trent Seven promos is the best thing about NXT. Sorry. Zach Gibson promos are the best thing about NXT UK. Then Trent Seven. No, Trent Seven promos number 1. Then Zach Gibson promos, and then is Jordan Devlin. The entirety of Jordan Devlin.
Yeah.
His wrestling, his promos. He's so good.
Yeah, Jordan Devlin might trump all for me in NXT UK. He's pretty much the reason I tune in.
Well, the ace trumps all.
Yeah, he's pretty much the prime reason I tune in NXT UK.
He's really good, man. After that, we had that awesome Walter.
Yeah, it was great.
Walter, sorry, people in chat keep on correcting.
That was Walter. Yeah, that's the proper German pronunciation.
Yeah, I'm just a chill guy, I got the title, and I'm glad that Pete Dunne stepped up. And
I get the title, and my life's very good.
My life is very good. I'm here in the UK, but I can. It's a very short trip. I can take the channel, or I can take. Does anybody even take? I think it's
commercial
just like
flights?
A simple ferry to the
across the channel.
Across the channel.
Well, Walter would have to get from either Germany or Austria, wherever he lived. I know he's Austrian. He would have to get from there to someplace in France to take the ferry across, or the channel.
It's just easier for me to take a flight.
But then there'd be some sort of transportation you need, I guess, from London to where, in this case, Glasgow.
Oh yeah.
But I guess he was just the Performance Center, which I believe is.
Yeah, that was the Performance Center. Yeah. I should see if I can arrange to take a tour of the Performance Center.
Good luck with that.
I know. I don't know.
I don't think you just do that.
I think in England they're like a lot more lax though. I just feel like, oh yeah, coming in. Thank you, Johnny Saint.
Who are you again?
I'm Pete Dunne.
All right. Well, welcome.
All right. Well, come on in.
Feel free to run the ropes if you like.
I'm going to work out. There's a gym.
Next, we had a Mustache Mountain interview where first they were asked about Pete Dunne's match against Walter.
Yeah. And Tyler Bate, he just said a bunch of terms. He just said British Strong Style, Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Walter, Trent. It's all good, right?
All wearing championships.
All wearing championships. But and then the
and then Trent Seven pivoted to their own aims.
Yeah. Yes, it would be good for Pete Dunne to have that championship, but of course, it would be better, right? Mustache Mountain rematch, tag championships, more important for us, right? They just start twiddling their mustaches and talk about mustaches and championships.
It's great.
It's fantastic.
So anyways, they want a tag title opportunity. Long story short. Next, we had Jack Stars against the debuting Ilya Dragunov.
I hope Jack Stars is getting paid all the money in the world. This dude takes so much punishment from these hot names
These
coming
WXW
yeah.
guys are debuting in NXT UK.
So before the match, we saw Ilya backstage hyping himself up. And it's just a lot of I don't know, capillaries bursting in his face.
It's a lot of huffing and puffing, yeah.
It's a lot of huffing and puffing. And it's like, okay, what's this crazy dude going to do, right? And so he gets in there. His theme music is amazing. It's like some Russian song or whatever, some Russian opera.
Weird. It's a weird juxtaposition where he's supposed to be the super intense guy, but then he's so theatrical because he does a lot of this stuff. It doesn't really seem to fit with the intensity aspect.
See, I'm fine with all that stuff if it made sense in the ring.
Yeah.
And again, Alex C has said this, and many people have said this. Just, watch some of his XWX stuff, and then you'll get a better idea of what he is.
Totally. And
that's what we're going to see. But I was like, really? This is the thing? This is the guy? I thought he was very silly. But anyways, he got the win after a running European uppercut. Jack Stars did get his offense in.
Yeah.
He did.
It wasn't a complete and utter squash match.
It wasn't.
There was a big, which I appreciate. Just showed me a little bit more.
Yeah. After that, we had an interview with Mark Andrews and Noam Dar. They were all very diplomatic. The interviewer was saying, "Hey, the match last week ended up." Go ahead.
Hold on, I mean interrupt, but Sean Ross Sapp just tweeted, Conrad Thompson says the Ric Flair situation is not as grave or serious as TMZ makes it out and says that this was a planned procedure that Flair wanted to have before Vegas. He stated that Flair and the family knew the procedure was coming and he could have had it before or after Vegas and wanted to feel good for StarCast. So hopefully things aren't as serious as TMZ made them out to be.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Hopefully that's not... I doubt that they would be trying to spin that.
Yeah,
if it was grave.
Isn't Conrad Ric Flair's son-in-law?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's married to one of Ric Flair's daughters.
All right, I'm assuming that he has some inside information then. Conrad, in this case, is a very trusted source.
He could end up as brother-in-law to Andrade.
True.
Wow.
True.
Craziness.
True.
Hola, Andrade. So, you see Conrad trying to deflect all the questions about his involvement with AEW.
Wasn't he listed on the roster page or something like that?
He's listed on the roster page, and his defense of that is, well, yeah, I announced 2 of their rallies. He said, but I'm not involved with the company beyond that. Controversy. Anyways, Mark Andrews and Noam Dar, they're going to have a rematch next week. Neither of them are happy about how that last match turned out.
Well, obviously not. They left it on stretchers.
Right. That would suck. The match didn't actually end.
Well, I mean, it did. There was an end to it. It's not like they've been fighting forever, despite what the crowd may have wanted.
No, I like the way Noam Dar put it, though. He says, the match ended like a night on the town.
Here in Glasgow.
Yeah. That was good.
That's pretty funny.
I liked it. It was good.
Next, Killer Kelly taking on Zaya Brookside. Mm-hmm. This match barely got started when Ginny appears on the ramp, and she brings out superhero Jazzy Gabert.
Yeah, man. This was great.
I don't remember her having the cape.
No, she didn't.
She looks menacing. She looks like she could be cast as Ursa from Superman 2.
Yeah, no, you know what she looked like? She looked like a cooler version of Nuclear Man from Superman 4.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Which initially, no, you don't want that, but done in this way,
yeah.
If she had portrayed Nuclear Man as Superman 4, revitalized the franchise after the Superman 3, that turd of a movie, which freaked me out when I was a little kid, would have revitalized the franchise. Christopher Reeves would still be playing Superman. He never would have gotten that accident. Oh, man, everything would have changed. But instead, they got some jabroni to play Nuclear Man.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of him again. Wonder what happened to that guy.
I don't know either.
Wonder if he's on the convention circuit.
Maybe.
In any event, Jazzy's not on the convention circuit.
She's on the destroying circuit. She gets in the ring. And while Jazzy's making her way to the ring, Zaya and Killer Kelly are looking at each other. It's like, okay, yeah, we can do this. They even fist bump. And then as soon as Jazzy approaches the ring pretty close, Killer Kelly gets out of there. Shrugs.
Yeah.
You're on your own. And Jazzy hit like a reverse power slam on Zaya Brookside.
This guy's got a great name.
Mark Pillow.
Mark Pillow.
That's a good name. Look at that. And his Twitter banner is Superman 4.
I wonder if this is really him.
There's no check, so we don't know.
He's only got 216 followers.
I mean, everything on there is about Nuclear Man. Did he do anything else? Check his IMDb
All
profile.
right, we're going to check that. Oh.
That's his bio.
Ooh, I want to see Brightburn.
Here, go back. Go back. Press back. Oh, there you are. Do that.
Because that just took me there. Known for, he was in
Wise
the
Guy?
show Wise Guy.
All right.
And some movie called Jack London's Alaska Kid. Oh, it was a TV series also.
Interesting. When was that?
Oh, maybe it was like a German thing. These look like German.
It's 1983.
1993.
So anything since the early 90s. Interesting.
Oh, did you hear some trivia? He learned to skydive. Crap, I lost it. Learned to skydive. Oh, he was a Chippendales dancer. I wonder if it was before or after Nuclear Man.
Learned to skydive at California City Parachute Club and made several dozen jumps.
Wow.
Wonder if that skill came into play when being cast as Nuclear Man. All that flying in space and such. Main event of the show was Bomber Dave Mastiff, who has a great theme song, taking on Wolfgang, who is still in. I don't understand how but it's great. The hothead of Gallus.
I know.
He comes off as such a mellow dude.
He does, and he barely starts getting his hot head, and they just start calming him down.
It's great. I love that dynamic.
It's like the Adam Sandler scene in the plane in Anger Management. I'm not yelling. What are you doing? Anyways, Dave Mastiff gets the win.
Yeah, he made pretty quick work of Wolfgang.
It was a pretty short match. Yeah, it was a pretty short match.
It was a pretty short match.
But in any event, this is going to get kicked up a notch. Gallus attacks Mastiff.
Yeah, I mean, that had to happen there in Scotland.
Well, yeah.
Gallus need to get that hometown pop.
I wonder if there's going to be a Joe Coffey. This is just the doorway to Joe Coffey versus Mastiff.
Could be. Yeah, it seems to be the way they're going.
That'd be a good match.
I'd be shocked if Mastiff won that fatal four-way.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a heel against Walter. I guess he could have a heel against Walter. Next, 205 Live. He had Drake Maverick open the show with a hype promo. Saying you got
I'm bummed out they didn't. I mean, I think, well, they don't recycle. Do they have to clear stuff out while they're doing this? They used to change the ring ropes.
Yeah, I think they still have to.
Do they still do that? It's still purple ring ropes?
Yeah, I thought so. Maybe
Really?
not. I mean, it's just purple duct tape. We seen him do it.
It's pretty quick, but my point is they're in London. I want to see Drake Maverick in front of the London crowd.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Anyways, he just talks about what's going to happen in the show. And the show kicks off in earnest with a fatal four-way match. Jack Gallagher versus Mark Andrews versus James Drake versus Humberto Carrillo.
You have to appreciate that they're in London, and yet no London people won.
Anyway, this was a really fun match. Chaos everywhere.
Yeah,
everybody got their kind of trademark moves in.
And we saw the return of the umbrella.
Yeah, that was cool.
What did he call that thing?
I don't remember.
Yeah, me too. I don't remember either.
You haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
There's that crazy second rope reverse Rana spot where Mark Andrews goes up there and does a reverse Rana on James Drake. James Drake standing on the second rope.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was crazy.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool. But then Gallagher hits Mark Andrews with a headbutt, and he turns around. Gallagher does, and gets rolled up by Carrillo for the win. Afterwards, they shake hands. But they still need to have a one-on-one match to settle this once and for all.
Yeah. Absolutely. Umberto's great. I love him. After that, Arya Daivari was in the tanning bed, and he delivered a promo.
That was great.
From the tanning bed.
Gosh, that was great.
This was like the most natural promo. Have you ever been in a tanning bed before?
Never, and I don't have any desire to do it.
I have.
You're just
a couple times.
You're just dropping pure UV on your skin.
Nah,
it's not good for you. No.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll tell you. Have you done any research in it?
Yeah.
I don't think you have.
It's not good for you, man.
I don't think you have. You also said that flaxseed meal gives you
I had read at one point.
Boosts your estrogen or something.
Yeah, I read that at one point.
Yeah. Anyways, Arya Daivari was in the tanning bed.
This was great, though. This was a great promo.
This was cool, yeah. He seems healthy. He seems okay.
Yeah.
You should talk to him about that.
Maybe I will. He's like, I don't know why Tony Nese is flying 10 hours to the UK to have this match. Got to fly 8 hours back or whatever. And I'm here. I'm getting my tan on. I'm going to have a massage and go work out a little bit. I'm going to be ready for Money in the Bank. Tony Nese will be all worn out.
Yeah.
Advantage, Arya Daivari.
Yeah. And then Tony Nese is in the ring, and he doesn't.
No, it's backstage.
No, yeah, this is backstage in the locker room.
Yeah.
And
he said essentially, I'm the fighting champion, so I'm going to fight.
Yeah. But then he gave an interview in the ring, and he says, I guess I could be getting a tan, but I'm out here. They said, is this stupid of you to be taking this match when you've got a Daivari title match next week at Money in the Bank? And he said, yeah, I guess I could be getting a tan, or I could be in the gym. Mm-hmm. He says, but I'm here. Mm-hmm. I mean, he could do both. I'm sure they have tanning beds in.
Oh, totally.
And that's actually true.
As evidence, we saw
Daivari
was also in the tanning bed.
Unless it was a super pre-recorded tanning bed. Anyways, then we got a Ligero video package so that people know who this guy is. I do like this. I do like, because Nese mentioned this also. He says, it's now tradition at this point. They did it last year for the best of 205 to take on the best of the UK guys. And I hope they continue to do that if 205 is even a thing a year from now.
Yeah.
Then we got a Ligero video package to showcase some of what he does. Then we had a Lucha House Party promo where they said they're going to take on the Singh brothers next week.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a Lucha party. And then we had Ligero versus Tony Nese. And it was a fun match. It was cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It really picked up towards the end. And then Tony Nese ended up winning with a powerbomb followed by a running Nese. As soon as the match was over, Daivari appears out of nowhere, attacks Ligero. And then Nese comes out to help. Daivari puts him in the ring. Nese puts Daivari in the ring. Daivari just lays out Tony Nese. He stands tall at the end of the episode, guaranteeing that Tony Nese is going to retain that title.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank.
I have all my prediction points on that.
I have almost all of mine.
Yeah.
That seems like the most obvious one.
That's a sure bet. Say a couple questions, man.
Yeah. Dom L says hashtag Ruby for Alexa spot, but then says it'll probably just be Nikki. Noor Gangi, who are some NXT UK Triple H guys besides Pete Dunne? Jordan Devlin, I feel like, is a Triple H guy. I think he really likes Jordan Devlin. I get that vibe. I know Shawn Michaels really likes Jordan Devlin.
I think Triple H, you know what the best piece of evidence is? That the most Triple H guy, the second most Triple H guy, Finn Balor, is the guy who took on Devlin at that last. He was like, oh, man, I can't wait to see this. This is going to be great.
It's like Finn versus Finn. This is my favorite match ever.
My two favorite. You're a lot like Finn, and I love Finn, so I love you.
I wouldn't be surprised if Triple H really likes Zach Gibson, too. Mm-hmm. Grant Gill, do you think CM Punk will re-sign with WWE or go to AEW? None of the above.
Neither.
None of the above.
I think that dude is frugal with his money.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if he does anything in wrestling, it's going to be more of what we already saw.
Yep, just for the fun of it.
Silly little things.
And then if he needs to make money, he'll do more movies or he'll do the announcing thing that he's been doing for the that regional MMA promotion.
I don't think there's anything. I think that
I'd be surprised if we see him again in any sort of ring, in any sort of like professional capacity ever again.
The
that includes the Octagon.
WWE would have to be fundamentally a different company for him ever to come back, even in a Hall of Fame capacity.
Yeah,
I just don't think there's zero chance of him doing that.
It would have to go beyond Vince, because I think Vince would be fine with him coming back. I think the beef is more Triple H. I just don't feel like likes CM Punk. I don't feel like they get along.
I agree with that.
I think Vince would welcome back with open arms, especially thinking he can make a buck off his return.
A lot of people here in chat, in Discord. Greg Morris says, someone just microwave fish in my company's break room. Stinks like hell in here now. If you do that, you need to be punished. Wow.
Well, that's taking things a bit far.
Like punished how, though? I mean, there's layers of punishing, I don't think he's talking about Roderick Strong eating your foot punishment.
I don't know either.
Let's see here. Jimmy Thomas, if 205 Live were to be canceled, you mean when it gets canceled, what should happen to the Cruiserweight title? Have it be defended on the Raw or SmackDown.
Or just bring it over to NXT.
Yeah, either way. I mean, man, can you imagine Cruiserweight title matches at TakeOver?
That'd be fantastic, man.
That'd be killer. Let's see here. I'm going to go over to the Patreon. See if there's some more questions over yonder.
Yeah.
Over yonder.
Jay Sean Lawrence, thank you very much.
As as I sit here and wait for this thing to load.
There it is.
There it is. See if there's any hashtag forced. I accidentally misspelled
Forced.
Forced one instead of first once. Let's see here. Yadiel Flores. How cool will it be that match between Kishida and Gulag? I think it'll be all the cool.
Yeah, I think that could be pretty good.
It'll be great.
I think it'd be pretty good.
Let's see here. Emilio Rafael. Would it be a good idea to have the Cruiserweight Championship defended at TakeOver? What did we just say, Larson?
We just said it'd be cool if the Cruiserweight titles defended at TakeOver.
That's correct. Let's see here.
Dragon Reborn. NXT Twitter says tag titles have been vacated. Yeah, they officially said on Twitter they were vacated. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case there was any ambiguity last night.
Yeah. Wolfpack for Life says, a little long but worth a read. I saw this on Twitter too. Somebody tweeted this out and it got a lot of attention. 205 Live is proof that people won't watch a show that is catered to their wishes and desires. Folks didn't watch during the reign of Neville, but started to tune in for Enzo until he got fired. Took it back to the basics, starting with a tournament to crown a new champion. Had standouts as champions, routinely have great matches, still barely acknowledged online, and network views remain stagnant. Send people like Oni there, and folks are like, he's too good for 205. Eventually the plug is going to be pulled, and folks will say WWE never gave it a fair chance. I think that, for one thing, you can't treat 205 Live like a set of dark matches. Mm-hmm. Because the crowd's not going to get behind it. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much advertising they do on the actual programs for Raw and SmackDown. So it's not like the WWE actually does give it a chance. I honestly don't think WWE considers it essential programming.
No, they don't.
They consider it an extension of developmental.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I disagree with the entire premise of this. Proof that people won't watch a show that is catered to their wishes and desires. What about 205 Live is catered to people's wishes and desires? Not a whole lot.
No.
You know?
No.
It's like, I don't know. It's clearly a developmental show. I think it's kind of an asinine tweet, to be honest.
Jeffrey Nguyen, Bruins for the sweep tonight. Let's go. Do you pay attention to playoff hockey at all?
No.
I don't really either.
Tim Morris, what is Dragunov's ceiling? I need more.
Yeah, I need to see a lot more. I need to see a lot more. Some of the packaging stuff I appreciate. I need to see more, though.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly sold quite yet.
Max Zero, with the wild card rule being a thing now, what are the odds of Money in the Bank winner crossing brands for a cash-in?
Guess it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, the wild card rule is just Vince's whims manifested.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or the network demands and Vince's whims manifested. Let's see here. This is a good one. Alex Foster. This would be great. He said, is it weird for me to think that in the end, Walter will lose the belt to Sid Scala? Yeah, it is weird.
It is weird.
But that would be maybe the greatest story in the history of wrestling.
Amazing.
People, like, the roof would blow up.
I want to see, like, the fight camp between him and Johnny Saint, where Johnny Saint's teaching him or showing off some really old school British wrestling moves. And
they're sitting there trying to figure out how to work a 16mm projector.
And that's how Walter is defeated.
Yeah.
With some old school British wrestling moves.
Boy, that'd be fantastic. I'd love to see that.
Hell yeah, man.
Psycho Sid. Anyways.
Savvy Sid.
What do we have coming? Savvy Sid. What do we have coming up for, what is it called? Overrun. For bonus episode.
I haven't decided yet, but I'm sure it'll be good.
All right. I think it's going to be a banger.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks so much, everybody.
Ooh, more Thunder coming to WWE Network next week.
Nice. That's awesome. Great. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Till next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.